What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's another beautiful day here at the Core Thoughts channel. It is Monday, March 14th, 2022. I am Jared, if you are not familiar yet. And today we are talking about what we truly believe to be one of the most important elements to running a successful business. And that is the creation and optimization of business systems within your daily operations. They will do an unbelievable amount of um, good in your business in terms of saving you headaches and creating more efficiencies and ultimately saving you time, making you more money. And so we like this article that Allan Dib wrote up for Forbes.com, and we're gonna go through it. We're not gonna read it verbatim. There will be sections that we're going to read it because I think that I couldn't put it any better than the way that they did it. And so I think that when you're discussing what it means to be a business owner in today's day and age, you're going to have this common thought where there's just not enough time. How do I really improve my business when I don't have the time? Or, I think, yeah, that would probably help. I think that, it would probably help me run a better business, but I don't have the time, and I'm too busy actually pumping out the goods and services that we produce to, take a step back and objectively observe my business from an outside perspective and observe the mechanics. Like, if you could look at your business as just a series of cogs and wheels, what are those that are turning? And are there points where you could use a little bit tweaking here and maybe a little tweaking here, and maybe you can add something to that overall system that will help the whole thing generate more efficiency. And so this article really does a fantastic job of addressing that notion. um, and essentially, if you feel that that is you and you just don't have enough time in the day to really consider this, consider the ways to improve your business, then really ultimately the answer is establishing business systems that will generate better productivity. So okay, Jared, cool, but what's a business system, and how do I actually go about doing that? So a business system is a documented procedure that outlines how to do something in your organization to achieve your business goals. And, if you, as they say here, if you think of it as a standard operating procedure that you give your employees as a sort of checklist, they can implement it even without training. All they have to do is just read it. Like, if you take the time to build it, they will read it and it'll get done. And it can be as simple as that, but without the time and maybe without the objective third party that, we at Core, that's what we strive to be for people, is that objective third party where, we're not in the game with you, we're on the sideline observing. And we just kind of point out, like, hey, I think that, over here, you could probably do a little bit of this. And over here, I think you could probably do a little bit of that. And ultimately it's still your game plan and you implement that in your business the way that you see fit. But we're just serving as that objective third party that is just, we're not going to be, the yes men where, oh, we think you're doing everything just perfectly well and just keep doing what you're doing. It's like, no, you don't need that. You need a little bit of friction in your business, when you're thinking about it, just to, help generate change so that ultimately you come out of it a better business owner and your business comes out as a better business. So, um, the creation of these systems is what we really strive to, focus on at Core. And, we really want this article and what is being discussed here to really resonate with business owners. And we want you to think of us as people who, at Core, think of us as people who live to do this for you. We're here just to help you, learn more about your business and how, the creation of these business systems can help you run a better business. Um, and, so as it says here, systems help create a valuable asset. If at any point you're looking to potentially sell your business, or maybe you're going to, life happens and you have to sell your business, or you want to bring on a business partner, or you're looking to raise capital for your business, without the systems in place for your business to rely on and generate consistent income. And it's going to be really hard to put a true valuation to your business. So if you ever go to sell it and you don't have, you know, these systems in place, it's going to be hard for, you know, the new owner to agree to your price. And now, if you were to go to a new owner or you go to a business partner or a bank and you said, this is everything that you need to know. Here's your book. This is your guidebook to the business. All you have to do is follow this, and everything will happen the way that it's supposed to. That's an unbelievably powerful tool that, you know, that systems can be for your business. So just think of it as, you know, like McDonald's, for example. If you're buying a McDonald's franchise, you're buying the business system. They have a system that works, that delivers value to customers, and that is easily quantifiable in how much you can get in return for an investment into that franchise. So that's the one of the easiest and probably most relatable examples that we can provide to you is just that franchise system example. And it's not to say that you want to franchise your own business, but the lessons that can be learned from studying franchise businesses can be applied to your own particular business and help you run that systemized, just efficient. You're pumping out burgers, you know, like whatever your product or your good or service is, just relate it to, you know, the quarter pounder with cheese at McDonald's. Everywhere you go, the consistency will be that's the same quarter pounder. And the value to customers knowing that they can always rely on the quality of your goods and services just the way that they would rely on the quality of a cheeseburger at McDonald's is invaluable in terms of what that can do for your business. So you know, they really do help build a valuable asset for your business, for you. And if you're looking to grow your company, systems help you scale more quickly because, you know, ultimately time is gold, right? That's what they're saying here. And if all of a sudden you could implement a better system in place in your business and your employees are able to operate more efficiently, they save time, they're able to now take on new tasks that they currently weren't able to take on before. That's good for your business because now your business is growing. You've simplified things, you've streamlined things, and now people are able to take on a bit more, and that's good for your business. That's good for your customers, and you know, it as it says here, you can scale your business more quickly with good systems in place. And as we referenced earlier, they promote consistency. You know, like just to reiterate that example, no matter where you go to a McDonald's, you expect the same thing, and that's what the beauty of a good system is that it can deliver that consistency. And I think that that's pretty self-explanatory in terms of what that can do for your business and how much more revenue you can potentially earn knowing that you are turning out the same level of consistency over and over and over again, all because you have it in this guidebook that your employees can rely on to deliver that level of consistency to customers. And you know, that's one of the specific services that we will provide to business owners is the development of that operations manual and those systems manuals. We work with you, we learn the ins and outs of your business so that we can fully document everything. We create those checklists, you know, we create those instruction manuals, and we help train those employees so that all of a sudden they're now able to just they know exactly what's required of them. They don't even have to think about it anymore. It's just like it's there. There's no discussion that needs to occur beyond the initial training. And you know, again, systems, they help lower labor costs because now you're saving time. So you know, the automating your processes means you don't have to think about all your business repetitive tasks each day. You know, one way that you can do a lot of this is to implement more technology. And if you've watched any of some of our other videos, especially the Google Workspace, you know, videos where, you know, we focus on how powerful Google Workspace is in terms of how it can help coworkers collaborate and save time and check items off the to-do list more effectively. You know, technology has its place in all modern business, and Just have to find the right role for it in yours. But I believe that, you know, ultimately it can help you save a lot of money, especially when, you know, in the labor cost arena. You know, systems, they help you identify and prevent problems ASAP, because now if all of a sudden things are kind of going haywire, you can address those issues, you can document them, and now you learn from that experience. So if anything ever comes up like that again, you have something referenceable that you can look back to and say, this is how we solved this before, not how are we going to solve this now. We've already done this before. This is how we did it. So let's move on. Um, you know, so I guess, you know, I think that does a really good job of kind of iterating to you how valuable they are. Now, I think to understand what exactly those systems can be in your particular business, you know, this article, it does a really good job of kind of doing that. So, you know, every business owner gets inundated with emails, and is, you know, something as simple as creating a schedule, you know, for checking, writing, and filing client emails. So will save you time in the long run, because now things aren't piling up. You know, it's if you, once you get into the office, let's say from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Mondays and Fridays, you are going through all of your emails. You already know that it's on your books, it's in your schedule. If you have that Google Workspace calendar that we discussed, you know, everybody will know that that's what you're doing at that time. So it will help, it'll help you manage all of that email traffic that's coming in. And you know, ultimately it will help you build your network, because now you people will tell that you're being consistent, you're being regular with the way that you're treating email. So that's always a good thing in terms of developing relationships with people. So that's just one example of a system. um, you know, the hiring of somebody, that can definitely be very time consuming, trying to find somebody that is a good fit for your business. So if you take the time ahead of time to establish exactly, like, this is where we're going to look, this is what we're looking for, and this is the process of, you know, onboarding a new client, or a new employee, I should say, that it can save you a lot of time instead of just kind of freewheeling it. You know, like, oh, let's just put ads all over the place and let's just deal with all the traffic that comes from that. And then, you know, on Mondays and Fridays, I'll just go through and see what we're left with. And it's like, you know, that could be not very efficient. So come up with that system beforehand, and as it's actually happening, you know exactly what you have to do, you know, to get to where you need to be. Um, you know, scheduling is another one. And this is, again, I just point back to Google Workspace. And I'm sure by, you know, the end of all these videos, you're probably like, okay, dude, we get it. You love Google. But I really think that they do such a fantastic job of, you know, these systems. It's already built into your profile, into your account. You know, you have the ability to easily schedule. You know, take a look at Google Meet and Google Calendar, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Again, check out those videos. You can learn more about that. But just, you know, the scheduling can be a very time consuming process, but with the right system in place, it doesn't have to be. And so accounting is a whole other thing. You know, when is it that you're going to take time to balance your books? You know, are you logging receipts on a daily basis, on a monthly basis? Is your accountant responsible for that? You know, what exactly is the process that you have in place to make sure that your finances are always up to date? Are you outsourcing that? Are you using a QuickBooks? You know, and even if you are using a QuickBooks type of service, you still have to go in there and, you know, verify all the, you know, receipts, make sure that they're logged and tagged correctly, and that, you know, that you're still within your original budget, and you're within your financial forecasting. And, you know, it's, what are the, how are you actually managing that on a regular basis? Is it, you know, if you build that, and you know that on Tuesdays, that's what we do. We call it Tidy Up Tuesdays. Call it whatever you want. But on Tuesdays, we go through and we're reviewing all transactions and making sure that the budget is, you know, where it needs to be. And for you, it will likely be different, but, you know, we believe that it helps us keep the business moving in a direction that we like and that we need. Um, So that would be a system that you can also utilize. Meetings. So how is it that you're going to take notes? How are you going to follow up with potential clients and customer requests? And if you're getting Facebook messages from people and Instagram messages and emails and phone calls, what system do you have in place to manage all of that interaction? How do you ensure that you're getting back to people in a timely manner so that you're not losing potential customers? And so, these are all, again, I really think that this Forbes article does a great job of just, giving you real life examples of how these things can really help your business. Um, Travel, today's day and age, you probably aren't traveling too often, but just looking at how are you going to book? Do you require a 3-star hotel? Do you have to be within 20 miles of your client? What are the things that are important to you while you're traveling? If you have it in writing and you have that system in place, if hypothetically you aren't the one booking your travel, at least you're giving somebody the reference points that they need to make sure that you're getting the travel requirements that you need. So, those are just some real life examples that we think are actually very valuable and that, you'll relate to as a business owner. And so now it's like, how do you actually go about doing this? And this is where we run into a lot of concern from clients because they just don't have the time, or you're too focused in your business to like really take a step back, as I said, and objectively observe it. Like if you don't have the time to take that step back and look at all the moving parts together, then how is it that you're going to create this business system that you need? um, and here they kind of have developed a system that you can use to create your systems, and we think it's perfect. It's a perfect solution. So you do the pre-work, and this can be done in your downtime. Maybe you have to put a little time in on the weekends, but ultimately it's going to really save you time in the future. But you have to figure out who's going to be doing the task, what are they going to do, and when are they going to have to do it. So those would be the basics. That would be your starting point. What is it that you need to accomplish, and who's going to do it, and when are they going to have to do it. So that would be the pre-work, as they refer to it. And then you spend a little bit of time brainstorming. You get together with those key stakeholders, as they call it in the business analysis world. You want to get together with the people that are going to be affected by this system and make sure that they fully understand it, and make sure that you're not missing some part of the process. It's one thing to think about a process from a business owner perspective, but the employee, they're doing the daily work on a regular basis. They may have a better idea of how something actually needs to get done. And so you want their perspective, to make sure that your two ideas come together in synergy, and that you can build this process correctly. You'll want to make sure that you document the process. So after you figured out who's doing it, when they're doing it, and you've put together, what exactly the process is going to look like, then you really have to document it. And this is one of our specialties. This is one of the things that we really genuinely like to do. We like to go through and document. Step 1, do this. Step 2, do this. If this happens, then do this. And, when you put that into formal documentation and you put it into Google Drive, for example, and you make it easily referenceable to your key stakeholders who are going to be responsible for that system, it makes the execution of it almost seamless. It's always readily available, and the training, it's a very it'll self-manage itself once you build it, once you document it, and once you store it in a place that is easily accessible and referenceable to the people that are going to be involved. So then you would go ahead, you implement the plan, and then you track, evaluate, and improve where maybe you forgot, through the course of your brainstorming, you've come to realize like, oh, we have to add this little piece to make the whole thing flow a little bit better. And, so ultimately it sounds kind of simple, and, in reality, maybe it's not as simple as, just these 5 steps. It's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of thought, and in some cases, it's going to take a lot of creativity to figure out where you can iron out, kinks in your daily workflow. But again, that's where it's really helpful to have somebody who's objective to the whole thing, such as Core, such as myself, where we can really work through that with you, and maybe point things out to you that you didn't consider, and maybe you point things out to us that we didn't consider, and together we create the the ideal plan to help move you forward and help you build these systems that will allow your business to run more efficiently, more effectively, create more value for yourself as the business owner, and for your customers and for your employees. So systems are extremely valuable. They're, I would say, critical to the success of any business. And again, I think if you just take a look at the franchise business model and how those systems come into play in creating value and consistency for customers, I think that you'll quickly realize that there is some valuable element to all of that you can utilize in your own business. So, if you have any questions, please leave a comment or reach out to us. We would love to discuss things further. If you need that objective third person that can help you formulate ideas and help you implement plans and help you build systems for your business, that's exactly what we do. That's what we would love to help you with. And I hope that you found this video to be helpful, and we look forward to working with you, hearing from you, just talking. If you just have a question or you have an idea and you just want somebody to talk to about it, then please reach out to us, give us a call, send us an email, and we look forward to helping you with that. And we look forward to creating more videos like this. I hope that you're finding these helpful. And the purpose of this channel, again, is to create an online resource center for business owners and potential entrepreneurs. So that's the goal. We hope that you're finding that to be true. And we look forward to putting out as many of these videos as we can, because we're all about helping. We want to lead that small business revolution. How are you going to manage it in the modern world, and how are you going to implement technology in your business systems and in your overall business strategy? And that's really what we're here to do. We're here to help you do that, and we hope that you'll reach out to us if you ever have any questions. So again, subscribe, like, comment, you know what to do, and we will see you again here very soon. Thanks for watching.